when talking about award shows, the subject of validation and acceptance always comes into play. Award shows, by their very nature, are, I guess it's all about adulation. It's all about attention. It's all about being revered and given credit for the work that you've done, which is fine. I myself have never been a big fan of award shows, and I would imagine that most people that listen to this haven't been a big fan of them too. Within rap music, I think within the time that I've been listening to it, rap music is, of course, still a young genre. Within the time that I started listening to it, if there was anything as close to being a big deal within rap, it was, of course, the Source magazine. It was referred to as the hip hop Bible. So getting a 5 mic rating was what most MCs aspire to get. These days, there aren't any publications like that that people would consider to be sort of the benchmark for achievement as far as being a rapper. And I'm, of course, of the opinion that the Grammys isn't that either. Kendrick Lamar just won 5 Grammy Awards just the other day at the 2016 Grammy Awards. And of course, Kendrick won 2 last year with I. So all of your anxiety about him winning a Grammy was put to rest last year. And, he just dominated with that, with the performance of Black of the Berry, the performance of All Right, and then that other new record. I'm not sure what the title of that is. So, of course, like I said, on the subject of these award shows, there's the acceptance, with all the stuff that happened with the Oscars, with that whole controversy with blacks feeling like they haven't gotten their fair share of nominations. There's this form of prejudice, within Hollywood where, certain people are typecasted and they are just considered to be black actors as opposed to given roles just based on the fact that they are actors. So now that you have the Grammys and Kendrick wins and the Grammys, their system of nominations and their secret voters, from my understanding, these are people who are past Grammy winners. There's a certain amount of qualifications that you have to meet to be amongst the committee that selects the winners of these awards. I have always argued, much like I did when the whole Macklemore thing happened with Kendrick, that I really don't put that much importance in what, whoever wins best rap album. And it's not just out of this, sort of snobbish, hip hop head perspective of, oh, we don't care about the Grammys because the Grammys are commercial, man. No, it's not really about that. I mean, it's about the understanding, basically, of it's based on human opinions. Whatever they consider to be more valid than others, whether it's through record sales, whether it's through influence, a person's popularity, whether it's a political move, which in this case it just might have been, considering all the stuff that's been in the news cycle for the past 2-3 years. It's this very opportunistic of the Grammys to underscore Kendrick and to give him this opportunity because, of course, this is going to get them attention as well. So it could be just out of, some political vehicle. That's probably why he got selected. But whatever the case is, I don't put too much stake in it because it's just based all on human opinion. Everything that I do here, I don't put that much importance to it because I'm just another asshole with an opinion. You say something in the comment section, you are yet another asshole with an opinion. And that's all we are at the end of the day, correct? So that's why I really don't care about award shows, because at the end of the day, you can brand it and say these are the Grammys and, this means something and, and whatever have you, Though, of course, I am aware of criticism is a good way for people to weed out quality. A lot of people consider Rotten Tomato to be a site that makes or breaks certain films. If you want to go see it, check out the rating system on Rotten Tomato. From what I understand, it seems to be sort of a crowdsourced collection of a bunch of people that pretty much come up with that rating. And a lot of people put a lot of importance on Rotten Tomato. So At the same time, of course, I do understand the importance of that, but the subject of acceptance and validation turns its ugly head once it becomes a issue of race. As I said in that Macklemore video with Kendrick Lamar that I made in 2014, there's a real disturbing aspect to the fact that we put so much importance in the Grammys, and we, at the same time, we don't care about the BET Awards. We don't care about the Image Awards. We don't care about, I don't know, the Soul Terrain Awards. Nobody cares about that. And there's a reason for that, because there is a need to be accepted by white America. There's a need to be accepted by mainstream America. If it's an acceptance of, I want to be an artist and I want to be seen on that stage because that is going to give me the biggest opportunity to get my music out to the most people as humanly possible, then I guess that is totally understandable. But I don't think it comes from a place of that. I think it comes from a place of just, hey, look, Kendrick said it in Black of the Berry. He said it right on stage, right into Pimp a Butterfly, you know. God, you can tarnish my perception, but you can't take style from me. I think that's not the quote verbatim, but, you know, along the lines of that. And it's, our perceptions of ourselves have been so ruined that we consider the Grammys to actually mean something when yet it's just like the BET Awards. So I don't think it's coming from a space of I'd like to get myself out to more people. I just think it's a Grammys mean white America, and we all know white America, you know, they buy the most albums, you know, because white people, they blah, 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 blah. You know, so it's putting a certain group of people on a pedestal and sort of just shunning away the things that your people create. But of course I would argue that all of it is just fucking meaningless. But it means nothing that Kendrick won these 5 Grammys. Of course, it's great if you're Kendrick, it's great. You know, it's great for your resume to say that you are now a 7-time Grammy Award winner. Because at a certain point, this meant something. But something has to be said about the fact that and I know I'm bouncing, between a lot of themes here, but there has to be something said about the fact that, with the mediums in which we watch the award shows, we obviously watch it through television. So because of the reason that the television is basically being phased out, television just can't figure out how to get you to pay attention to their advertisements anymore. And if their advertisements are out of the window, then you can pretty much kiss TV goodbye. So that medium is, of course, fading. Everything that you consume is mostly through the internet. Allow me to state the obvious. You understand what I'm saying? So along with that is award shows, and whatever it is that you digest through that very same medium seems to be fading away. And it's not just fading away because we are gung-ho, snobby hip-hop heads. That's a percentage of it, of course. But then it's just the fact that it's just an outmoded form of entertainment. It's an outmoded form of programming that we just can't get with anymore, because that's just what we did, 10, 15, 20 years ago. And it's just becoming a old concept to dress up like a bunch of penguins and receive awards and awkwardly walk to the right of the stage when we are in fact supposed to exit on the left of the stage, and playing the music and cutting speeches short. It's just so contrived and it's so scripted. In the same sense that when you watch The Tonight Show and you sit down with, Stephen Colbert, and you've got a movie coming out, and beforehand, the producers let you know, so Stephen's going to bring up your fishing trip, and through your fishing trip, we can then segue to the scene of the movie, then you go off to the commercial. So TV and that whole medium, it's going away. The internet is obviously the wild, wild west. I mean, I'm not necessarily suggesting that we have award shows on the internet and that would somehow change things. But what I'm saying is that Oscars will always be on television. The Grammys will always be on television. and television itself is becoming meaningless. And so are the the programming that can probably only be seen through television. Nobody's gonna binge watch award shows on Netflix. When everything is a la carte, on demand, you're not gonna sit around and watch a bunch of people receive awards. So Kendrick winning these 5 awards definitely means that at the very least, what we can hold on to is we can all agree on something. We can all agree that an artist that far and wide, every hip hop head, though we are a wonder wheel, a variety of different casts of people, of social backgrounds and cultures, and we are made up of a lot of people. There is not one idea of what a hip hop head is. We aren't a hive mind or anything like that. We can all agree that Kendrick Lamar would pretty much be top tier. If he's not number 1, he is, he's amongst top 5. He might not be your favorite, but you understand that there is some quality there. And if he's getting attention from the Grammys, from the quote unquote biggest night in music, then that at least means that, we can all agree on one little thing. I don't want to get to the the social commentary aspect of it all, and him performing Black of the Berry, and now it's open to America now, and America gets to discuss it, and they get to discuss Trayvon Martin and all those lines, and I think he also had another line about Trayvon Martin in that new record. So America gets to digest it and talk about it, and now they can use it as references for the as talking points on their on their shows on CNN and Fox News and all that fun shit. So, but we can all agree at least that the top tier, one of the top tier people is getting the respect that he definitely deserves, because he puts in the work and he puts in the quality into his work, and he deserves it. Of course, most of you would probably say yes. I mean, you're finally happy because K. Dot won. A lot of you huffed and you puffed and you made a big deal about the fact that Macklemore won 2 years ago. And Eminem won the year after that, I think, with Marshall Mathers too. Which of course is the other odd thing about the Oscars. I think this year the period was October 2014 of eligibility was October 2014. And that other somewhere in 2015, maybe September 2015 was the end. That was the period of submissions for anything that could qualify to be considered for the 2016 Grammys. But you guys let me know how you feel about this, how you feel about K. Dot winning the 5 Grammys, his performance, of course, which has become the highlight of the night for most people. Let me know in the comments section, and I will see you guys next time.